Thank God you're here. Where have you been, bitch? Where have you bloody been?
Hi. What's good? What's popping up in your hood? I don't know. Well, when in doubt, just rock out with your... What's going on, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between? It is me. Yes. Neon MUA. Hi. I am back for a video. So I'm not gonna like spare you guys' feelings. Not gonna give you like some big old hoopla about where I've been. I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna tell you literally what's going on. We're just gonna be completely candid, completely honest. It's a new year. This is literally the first time I filmed a video for YouTube since 2021. So like, let's just get into it. Hi, if it's your first time here, hello, welcome. I'm Neon MUA. Sometimes I make YouTube videos. Clearly, if you want to see a black creator like me make YouTube videos and talk to you about crap, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I upload, and like the video if at any point you're enjoying it, because we're going to get into all that in a little bit as well. So just join the ride, take a seat, do your makeup while I'm doing my makeup, and let's get into it. So first video of 2021, and go. I'm probably gonna be doing like one of the most simplest glam looks ever. That's something we can discuss because that's what I've been doing a lot of lately. I got some products here. Some are new to me, most are not. There will be a video later on about like new products that are out. I have content planned. But if you know me, then you know my planned content may not always be put out. But there's a whiteboard that has content on it, so. So let's just get into it. Hi, hello, how's everyone doing? Welcome to 2021, hope you guys are doing well. We're in another year of quarantine, a year with a vaccine, a new presidency, lots of chaos still going on because people are just people. Lancome La Base Pro, by the way. I also have like my iPad over here using it as a viewfinder, so if you catch me looking over here a lot, that's why. It sounds weird to say, but in the course of 3 months, things are different for me, so I know things are different for everyone else. I hope you guys are doing okay and remaining sane, or as sane as possible in the midst of like a pandemic. The girls are out here still acting like the pandemic is going on. Granted, there is a vaccine out, some of us have them, but some of us are also still taking care of ourselves and being very cautious about who we interact with. The whole thing about this whole pandemic is the fact that people are going around acting as if nothing has happened in this country. If you're watching this in like New Zealand or something, then like I hate you, because y'all have pretty much returned to normal because y'all know how to behave in a pandemic. Like y'all took precautions during the pandemic and knew how to behave and stayed inside, and so now y'all can go out to the clubs and do all the things that we did in our normal day-to-day lives, while Americans and other people with horrible government systems are still living in this bubble, or supposed to be, because Miami doesn't know how to live in a bubble, nor does Texas, nor does New York, nor does LA. I am doing okay. I'm in a good space. I've said this on like Twitter and on the podcast a lot, but despite the fact that the world is gone to chaos, I am doing very well for myself. If you guys didn't know, I am part of the Ulta Beauty Collective, which essentially, in a nutshell, is like Sephora Squad but for Ulta. So I get to work with Ulta over the next year, creating content, getting opportunities with different brands that Ulta houses. And it's dope. I'm really thrilled about it. I've done a couple posts for Ulta so far, in the process of doing one now. And it's really great, like I've told you guys a million times, for a black creator to have opportunities like this. It is thrilling and exciting, and for me to be one of 2 black boys that are part of the program is thrilling. For me to be the representation of black beauty boys in this program is thrilling and exciting. So like, great. I know I look crazy, but like, This liquid highlighter from About Face is giving me all the things that I want. Well, with the whole Ulta content and stuff like that, like I said, I'm thrilled and excited. However, and I feel like this needs to be a public service announcement for everyone, not just with like me, because like especially with like this Force Squad being chosen right now as well. If people are getting opportunities like this, can y'all make sure y'all support them? Like not just like vote for them to get these opportunities, but also like understand that a lot of times we get to do like sponsored content, things like that, and with sponsored content for brands, especially on this level, your numbers are very important. And I understand Instagram's algorithm is trash. However, if you love me, turn my notifications on Instagram, just saying. Because like I don't post as much in general, which I'm working on, and we'll get into that. But I would really appreciate it if my audience who supports me would support my content and engage in my content as much as possible. And I know I need to do better about engaging with other people, but still, I would really appreciate it if you guys were like going up for me all the way, if that makes sense. Especially if you see anything for Ulta or any other brand in general, or even with your friends. Like if you see them posting stuff that is tied to another brand, engage with it. Like that's just do that. Like engage with sponsored content, engage with like if someone is like creating content to specifically get a brand's attention, i.e. my Pat McGrath series, engage with it. I just wish that people would engage with content as much as they do when the content is related to mess or drama, because people love that. People will go up for mess and drama, but they don't go up for like legit content, and it's frustrating. Sorry, I'm like really hot and thirsty, hold on. Y'all know what's up. Support black creators, support small black creators, support black brands, support the things. Also, white people, what's wrong with y'all? We're dealing with this whole like Asian hate thing, especially off of the heels of a virus, and it's like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all are on drugs. It's got to be cocaine. It has to be, because there's no way that like, I just don't understand how y'all can sit here in 2021 and make excuses for like the way that Asian people are being treated. Like, for one, Asian people are being treated horribly, but two, like, for people to continue to be treated like this, and like, I'm annoyed, I'm flustered. I'm trying not to get hot and upset about this, but it's just really frustrating that like we are still dealing with this in this day and age. Like, high key, can we just deport white people? Because I'm tired.
And so we're not gonna have that, okay?
I haven't used this in a long time. I'm not saying this is supposed to have a new formulation, but like this was sent to me recently, and I'm kind of interested to see how it works. Cause I don't I have oily skin, so like the claims of like Shape Tape being like super drying were never an issue for me per se, but I just want to see how it acts now. Cause like maybe they've like changed the formula. Dude. Probably not. Being a YouTuber is hard. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Also, like doing my makeup on camera feels weird again. Shout out to Color Rain again. Like, I talk about this online on Instagram, but like, I'm really proud of Lorraine because I know how much work she put into this. You guys know how I feel about bronzers as a whole. And I'm happy to support a black-owned business who is doing the things that needs to be done in beauty, because still in 2021, brands still don't see what they could gain from like supporting black people with the products that they release, which is sad thing to keep seeing. So I'm glad that like there are black-owned businesses and creators who are like still pushing and still going forth, trying to change an industry that does not necessarily see it for us. So shout out to us. So shout out to Lorraine again on these bronzers, because gorgeous, beautiful. I love that there are so many different undertones of this, because you know bronzers naturally run are supposed to be warm, but I appreciate the fact that there are like neutral tones in these bronzers, and there are like warm red tones, but also warm golden tones. Shout out to you, Lorraine. Let me bring you in for my brows. I remember like when no one did their brows on camera? I don't want to do my brows on camera, but like I feel like there are so many like new brow products and new brow techniques that people are doing that like no one does everyone's doing their brows again on camera. Cause like everyone used to wear pomades and then eventually we all knew how to do pomade brows, and now we're in like a soap brow gel tint type of world, so why not? Shout out to my brows looking like neighbors and not sisters. All right, so we're gonna move into the eyes now. The palette that I'm going to be highlighting is obviously the Genesis palette by my two favorite brands, Drench Cosmetics and Midas Cosmetics, owned by my two favorite people, Rocio and Josh. First of all, this palette is pretty much sold out, so like, sorry girls, but no, honestly, I'm really excited about this palette because it is, like I said, it's for my two favorite brands, by two favorite people. But this palette also represents so much, and I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about it. This palette represents, like, the reason the name of the palette is called Genesis because it's a celebration of black women. This palette celebrates black women in all their greatness and all their beauty. Black women are the blueprint. Black women are the alpha. Black women run shit, and so I'm really happy to see a palette celebrate that by brands who already celebrate black women in general. So this palette is like stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. I'm going to actually be using this top roast, so this look is going to be more so bronzy. What? Bronze. While we're on the discussion of like black people and stuff of that nature, there is something I do want to discuss. If you guys weren't aware, there was like this big campaign that happened back in February that involved myself and Josh and ColourPop Me Black, which was the movement that Josh and I started last year to help ColourPop see amazing black talent that's out there that they are failing to see. And then in the beginning of this year, it just kind of took off because there was the ColourPop Me Black campaign that happened in February. And there were a lot of different things that were going on. Ultimately, it was a success. Of course, there was a lot of naysayers. Like, the amount of people who like felt threatened by the idea of ColourPop celebrating black creators is so hilarious to me, because it just proved that no matter how much black people are the innovators and the curators and the people who literally give y'all life and y'all steal from, there's always going to be a problem with what we do and when we want representation. It's always been that way, not just with ColourPop, it's been that way with a lot of people, and sadly it's happened that way with like minorities as well. I've had to deal with people who aren't black using the hashtag ColourPop Me Black, which, just a reminder you guys, even if you are a supporter of black people, the ColourPop Me Black hashtag is not meant for you to use to post your looks. It's meant for black people and black people only. Not only did we have to deal with that, we had to deal with like people of different backgrounds saying, well, what about Asian people? What about this, that, third? And again, don't get confused. The celebration of black people does not mean the exclusion of other people. Just because we were saying to celebrate black creators does not mean that Asian creators and Hispanic creators and whoever else is not important. Why does the celebration of one person automatically make you feel threatened? What I wanted to do, and now that the whole like thing is over in terms of like the ColourPop Me Black February situation, I kind of want to like just get into the discussion of some of the things that people had questions about, people were making assumptions about, and I couldn't really speak on because, you know, the gambling and stuff like that. So here we go. ColourPop Me Black and the Make It Black collection that ColourPop did are two separate entities. That collection, the Make It Black collection, was created by ColourPop to support the Make It Black campaign that Sharon, the owner of Uma Beauty, the founder of Pull Up for Change, created, because she ultimately wanted to create a movement that changed the way that we view the word black. Because if you look up in Webster's dictionary, black has a very negative term. If you look in the way that the term black is used in media, very negative. So Sharon just wanted to do anything she could to help change the way that we, as a general public, see the term black. And it just so happened that that happened at the same time that ColourPop Me Black happened. Me and Josh are fully supportive of Make It Black. Sharon has been fully supportive of the ColourPop Me Black. So it's just one of those things where like these two things happen ironically at the same time. They're not the same, but they work in the same way. The way that I kind of explain it to people is that ColourPop Me Black is for artists and creators, while Make It Black is for the industry as a whole. So Make It Black is to help change the way that the industry views the term black and what black means. And Color Pop Me Black is a way to make the industry, specifically Color Pop, see black creators. So it's all about the celebration of being black and the celebration of black as a whole. So it's easy to see how those got mixed up. However, those are not the same entities, but they do work in similar ways. Color Pop Me Black was not just a Black History Month thing. I know that it happened during Black History Month. That's when like the whole campaign happened. However, if you guys actually follow people and actually follow movements and not just hop on things just so that you can get put on PR and then get mad and disappear when you don't. Color Pop Me Black happened back in June of last year. It literally happened at the same time that like the murders of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor were going on. And it was an uproar because so many things were happening to the black community. And as I've said before, if we continue to overlook black people in makeup or overlook black people in music or sports or whatever have you, it reflects how the black people are viewed in the general public and in the world as a whole. So if you don't celebrate black people now in makeup spaces, then that means that you obviously don't celebrate black people in other spaces. Color Pop Me Black is not just a Black History Month thing. This was not the way for Color Pop to go about and fill their Black History Month quota. We have been working with, and this goes to my next one, we have been working with Color Pop since June of last year to not only get this campaign off the ground, but to also like help improve the way that Color Pop as a brand operates. So there has been a lot of discussion about like blushes, about complexion, about products being brought back. Josh and I have had a hand in like getting that message across. Think of Josh and I as like liaisons, but also consultants for the brand. So there are projects that we saw originally that needed to be fixed, but of course Color Pop had a lot of collections already planned out, so there wasn't but so much impact we can make. But we were able to give our input on certain collections. So one of the first ones being that Sunflower collection, because originally that palette was not user friendly for us. Just saying. So there were changes made to that. And Melrose palette, one of the reasons why the Melrose palette actually works on deeper complexions is because we offered our input on that. Of course, when it comes down to like collabs and things like that, we don't have any say so. Well, makeup brands collab with like these big name brands like Color Pop and Bambi, Color Pop and Hello Kitty or what have you. Even other brands like HipDot and SpongeBob, like I've talked about this publicly, is that when these brands come into the picture, they already have an idea of what they want, and it is the makeup brand's job to just translate that. So like, for example, when you go back and look at the SpongeBob collab with HipDot, and how I brought up how that bronzer was a choice. The bronzer had already been pre-created by the team at SpongeBob, and it was just HipDot's responsibility to make it. Same with like the blushes from like certain collections with Color Pop. Those were already created by Disney. Remember, Disney is a huge conglomerate. These were already created by Disney. They already knew what they wanted. Color Pop's job was simply to create that. Now, of course, there are things that we were able to give our input on and things that we felt would and wouldn't work as well. And, you know, certain products could be fixed, certain products couldn't be fixed. So just keep in mind that that's what that was. But like I said, Josh, the relationship that me and Josh have with Color Pop is very strong, and it is not just something for Black History Month. It wasn't just something to shut us up. Like, we have a legit working relationship with Color Pop, and there are some things that we are really excited about that they're working on. Like, we knew about these the serum blushes for a while, because that was like a really big project, because obviously, like I said, people were wanting new blushes. That is a project that we knew about and we were really excited about, and I'm glad that so many people have taken the liking to that. Color Pop is working on like a lot of great things, bringing back a lot of great staples. So just know there is work being done, and part of that is because of the fact that you guys push so hard for this. And so we are truly thankful to everyone who is supportive of not just Color Pop Me Black, but just supportive of like Black voices and representation and things of that nature. So thank you. And I think the last thing that like kind of like bugged me about the whole like ColourPop Me Black situation was that people felt some kind of way because they felt as though only 2 people were being put on PR. Like I literally have people in my inbox mad and irate because they thought that ColourPop was only adding like 2 people to their PR, and it's just like no. Here's the thing. The way that selection worked was that Josh and I handpicked 1 person each that we wanted to be put on PR, and Josh had his pick, I had my pick for different reasons, and it is what it is. I mean, that's how it ended with those 2 people. However, ColourPop reached out to countless black influencers and creators, people that Josh and I have been celebrating and pushing for in general, even outside of this, and they were put on PR as well. So don't think just because ColourPop said we're only going to put 2 people on the... No, that's not... There have been more than 2 people. Obviously, we wouldn't just let 2 people be put on PR. Like, it's getting weird that a lot of y'all thought that didn't have any faith in what we were doing whatsoever. It is at the end of the day. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not salty about it. Like, I just wish that you guys would trust the process more, because you guys know that Josh and I won't let you down. You guys know if me, someone who will literally scream at Norvina, the owner of one of the biggest makeup brands in beauty, wouldn't let you guys be disappointed by that. Like, it's getting weird that you guys didn't believe in us, but it is what it is. Like, here we are. The ColourPop Me Black campaign is over, but like we said, this is a movement, not just a moment. So you guys continue to support ColourPop Me Black. Black creators continue to use the hashtag, because ColourPop will continue to look through this list and reach out to people to curate content, get PR sent out. Like, this is not just a one-time thing. And that's ultimately what we were trying to let you guys know, but some of y'all are hard-headed and stubborn and don't want to listen to nobody, so here we are. Also, I don't feel like Shape Tape is as dry as I remember. Or maybe it's because I have oily skin, but Shape Tape doesn't feel as dry as what, you know, the world made it. And I'm wearing like a dry foundation and concealer, like a matte foundation and concealer. So, there we go. Golden Dawn. It's giving Golden Dawn Asta vibes. I'm here for it. I think I want to do a black liner too. Like, we're gonna do a lot of color in this look. I don't know why. I'm just gonna take this Makeup Geek Full Spectrum eyeliner in the shade Ultramarine. There is something I did want to do, starting with my YouTube videos now. And you know, obviously I am so on top of making content for YouTube. The Blend Games posted this tweet asking like, who are your favorite black beauty boys? And in my head I started thinking, I was like, I'm always someone who's like pushed this idea of like, black beauty boys and beauty need to get recognition, need to get shine. And it's like, well, what is something that I can do personally with my platform to like celebrate these black beauty boys? And so I want to start on YouTube and like at least have like 1 black beauty boy that I celebrate every video. For this video in particular, I'm just going to do 2. Not just going to do 2. I am actually going to do 2, but from now on, after this, it'll be 1 person per video, because, you know, I want people to get their own shine, but still. All right, so for today's video, I want to give a shout out to 2 different people. First, I want to give one to Devereaux Banks, Devin, Bald Ambition on Twitter. I've known him for almost a year now, if you will. And I've said it online before, but I feel as though like Devin's work is high key like it. Like, it reminds me a lot of my work, and like it is. Not to be egotistical here, not to be egotistical Leo here, but a lot of what Devin does reminds me of like a lot of what I do, and like where he's going with his career reminds me of a lot of like where I started with my career. And so I just want to pay it forward and give a shout out to someone like that, because that's what I wanted whenever I started makeup. I wanted to see more people who were doing things like me, who were pushing glam but also pushing these high concept looks. So Devin, here's a shout out for you. Yay! I also want to give a shout out to BFX Dinks, because I feel like, and this is one of the discussions I've like constantly had, is that like, especially with the whole ColourPop thing, is that I wanted to make sure that we as a community are celebrating like black artists in all spectrums. So not only like black artists who do work like me, who do like glam and who do like high concepts, but also black artists who do like special effects, and this is someone who I've like admired for the past couple months, and like really been excited to see his work pop off. So to BFX Nicks, this is a moment for you as well. Woo, yeah. Okay, I'm being weird. Definitely make sure you guys support and follow both Devin and Nick on all social media platforms. Both of their social medias will be down in the description below. Support, follow, stand, continue to support black artists, continue to support black beauty boys, because y'all don't see us in campaigns, so somebody's gotta hype us up. Just saying. Let me put on mascara and liner and all that stuff, and I'll be about to finish the eye and we'll finish chatting. I'm about to finish at the face, and I asked y'all, what y'all want me to talk about this, get ready with me, and 3 people responded. Thank you so much. Someone did ask like ways to deal with mental health. I'm not gonna say stay busy, but occupy your time. That is one way that I've dealt with my mental health, because like we're all dealing, like ironically, one of the things about this whole situation with COVID and quarantine is that all of us are dealing with this at the exact same time. So we all can like help each other navigate through this. One of the things that helps me is talking to my friends. Josh and I literally talk all day, every day. And that just kind of helps me not only to like stay focused on my work, which hasn't been doing that great, but I mean, helps me not only to like stay focused on my work, but to just like distract me from like the chaos of the world, because it is very easy to get wrapped up in like what's going on in the news, like celebrities, like some of your favorite celebrities are passing away, or you're looking at the numbers of COVID and it's freaking you out, and stuff in politics, which all of these things like we should be paying attention to, but also like it is very easy, especially in a digital time, to like get wrapped up in it. So like definitely find a way to keep yourself busy. Don't be afraid to disconnect from the world if you need to. And I know that sounds crazy, especially for someone like me whose job is based in social media, but there's a way to like escape the problems of social media without leaving social media as a whole. Like some of y'all love mess, and some of y'all get fully invested in the mess. It's easy to get lost. It's easy to like forget the things that you need to focus on, the things you need to work on. So don't be afraid to just like distance yourself from the mess. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to like escape social media as a whole, like leave it as a whole, because like 90% of my friends are on social media. My job is based in social media, so like I don't have the luxury of leaving social media, but I also know how to balance my personal time with like the shits. So don't be afraid to like get into like other things. Find things that you are like fuel your creative space. Like that's one thing that has always helped me, is finding something that will fuel me creatively. Makeup, music, drawing, art, anything of that nature. Find something that fuels you. And don't be afraid to dip into passions again. Like I know a lot of people who like have been on the internet and like because of COVID have gotten back into drawing again or what have you. So don't be afraid to like dig deep into like the things that used to make you happy, and just go for it. I got asked, how am I? How am I doing? Like shit. Despite how the rest of the world is doing, I'm doing okay. Current movie, TV suggestions. I suck at stuff like that, like when it comes to suggestions for movies and things, because I tend to rewatch the same things over and over. Like I have rewatched Bob's Burgers for the 5th time during this quarantine because it's just that good. Like Bob's Burgers is like GOAT. Like Bob's Burgers is what Family Guy wishes it was, to be completely honest. I've been like binging anime a lot recently. I just finished up Scissor 7 on Netflix. So there's that. I'm getting ready to start a rewatch of One Punch Man and watch season 2 finally, because I never finished it for whatever reason. I recently finished Hunter x Hunter, which was really great. But yeah, I just been binging anime and animation in general because that's my safe space. It's my escape from the real world. I don't watch a lot of like live TV, things of that nature. I can't tell you the last movie I saw. I do want to watch Coming to America, the second one, but like I'm also scared because the girls have been eating that movie up in terms of reviews, so who knows what's going to happen with that. There is the final look. Look at me. I look gorgeous. I look stunning. Look at me finally doing a YouTube video again. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, which hope you did, then go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, like, and support. It means so much. I don't think you guys understand that likes affect the algorithm, and they affect like what is seen, and the more you like content, the more the opportunities will happen for people like me. And if everyone wants black creators to get popping, then they need to support black creators any way they can. So like the video, thank you so much. Also make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well, so that you don't miss the next time I upload. We all know YouTube is horrible when it comes to notifications, so alright, also make sure you guys follow the Black Beauty Boy creators that I posted in this video, BFF Nix and Devereaux Banks. Like I said, Black Beauty Boys are one of the smallest group of creators in beauty, and you never see us get our shine or our appreciation. So here's a chance for you guys to support. Make sure you support them. Show them love on Instagram, Twitter. If they have YouTube, support them there. Do all the things, because we bust our ass just as much as everyone else and get no credit. So it's time to change that. Just saying. Alright, you guys, that's it. That's it for the video. It's 11:47. I'm gonna go to cookout because I'm hungry. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Here's another video. Stand in support. I appreciate it. Every night. So let's see. Highlighter.